What's going on, guys? It's your boy GoExplicit, and today we're going to be bringing you a Black Ops 4 best class setup and also a gun review for the Vapr Xkg. So with Black Ops 4, there's honestly no right and wrong answers on what you should use. It's really just a personal feel for what you feel like you can get kills with, and it also depends on what game mode and what map you're on. Now, the class that I've come up with today, I feel like covers most of the game modes. You can use it on pretty much any map. It has a good range, and I've found that it's pretty easy to stay alive and get kills with it, pretty much no matter where you're at. So to start off, using the Vapr Xkg in a lot of these clips. Now with this class setup, I use a lot of ARs. I've used all of them, gotten all of them gold. But I did love the Vapr Xkg. I thought it would be a good example. So with the Vapr Xkg, I ran a lot of quick draw, fast mags, and FMJ, a full metal jacket. And it was the right balance of damage, of range on the gun, because it did have a fast firing rate. I also substituted long barrel and high caliber a lot with a lot of these, kind of depending where you are leveling up the gun. It really it's up to you. You can use long barrel, high caliber, whatever combination. I found that quick draw, fast mags, and FMJ really worked in pretty much every map that I played with it on. For the secondary, I was using the Helium Salvo. So I'm not a guy who likes to be seen on other players' maps. I like to shoot down UAVs. I don't like aircrafts. I always like to shoot those down. So personally, I like using the Helium Salvo. If you have the slots, Rocket Cache, Fast Loader, and Fast Lock are all good attachments for that. I wouldn't recommend them because it's better to use those attachments for your primary weapon so you can focus on kills. As far as gear, I love the stem shot. There's a lot of good gear out there, and it's really, like I said, your personal touch, but I'm a run and gun kind of player. I play a lot of team deathmatch with this stuff, and for running and gunning, the stem shot is almost perfect. You can reload and still sprint while healing with the stem shot, and it really helped me in a lot of these clips. I heal up a lot over the course of the game, so it really helps me out. As far as perk 1, so I use Engineer, and now I love Engineer because it lets you see everyone's gadgets, everyone's score streaks, UAVs, whatever, and especially with the Helium Salvo, I do a lot of destroying those score streaks, so I stick with Engineer. I also like Scavenger, Flak Jacket, and Tac Mask. Those are the other 3 options. Those are great perks to have, and also you can't go wrong with any of them. Using them throughout pretty much every game mode, it works. A lot of people are using a lot of gear nowadays, and grenades and whatnot, so I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. Personally, I use Engineer in these classes, and it works every time. Perk 2 is one of my favorite perks. I use Gung Ho. So Gung Ho, it lets you sprint and pull up your weapon faster. You can reload faster. It's just, for running and gunning, it's really key. So if you don't have Gung Ho, you're not going to get those shots off first. You're not going to be getting people, especially when they surprise you, and because you're running a lot around the map. Along with Gung Ho, you could use cold-blooded or lightweight. So I use a lightweight on like a submachine gun class, which I'll cover in a different video, but these are 2 pretty solid perks that I found really work in the game. You can use those, but I definitely recommend Gung Ho. I don't use a perk 3 class slot in this setup, and here's why. You only have 10 slots, and those are really key and important. You have to make sure that you use them correctly. If you were using a perk 3, I would say Ghost. Now, if you have Ghost on, there's really no reason to have the Helium Salvo, and I'll cover that in a different video as well. But for this video, we're not using perk 3 as this class setup. Wild card, we're going to be using Primary Gunfighter 1. So this is going to allow you to equip that extra attachment. Like I said earlier, I was using quick draw, fast mags, and FMJ. This allows you to put that sight on, which I usually use a red dot sight, or for this gun, the ELO sight is really good because it's kind of have a submachine gun feel in some areas. And but Primary Gunfighter, it just allows you to equip that extra attachment. It's really key. You can have Primary Gunfighter 2 and 3, which is just more attachments. It's really good for the gun. As far as the class setup, like I said, I play a lot of team deathmatch. I play a lot of pretty much any game mode with this. Like I said, I feel like it works great in most game modes and most maps. Now, as always, guys, thanks for the likes, thanks for the views and the subscriptions. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, or if you want to see me make something specific, please feel free to comment on anything. And as always, thanks for watching.
Enemy located. Dead.